I'm your host, Alexis K. Tyler. We're going to go into a little bit of the message that the spirits gave me, and then I'll just have to come back and tell you what it is that they're giving me. One of the things that they're saying is about this vampire energy, this murdering vampire energy. If you, I don't know if we'll find any vampiring in some of the private cults. We probably will in Egypt because we had the group of Set, S-E-T, which I think Alexander the Great, and it was some other warriors that were into little boys. And we know we're dealing with Set, we're dealing with homosexuality and deal with sex with boys and sex trafficking. Also old Rome, pederasty, where they would take the young boys from their mother or from their parents and train them, and a lot of them would viciously rape them. That's why Caligula was so sick. If you look up Caligula, and a lot of the leaders of Rome were so sick because of what they had done to them as little boys. There were also slave owners, white female slave owners, who were vampiring on slaves, killing them and bathing in their blood for regeneration and stopping them from aging and growing old. Well, the spirits are also telling me there are Black people. They've secretly been around for years, even in the houses of slave owners that were consuming the flesh of other Black people. We still now we see there are a lot of Black people that have been found out and been arrested that will burn or barbecue and eat the flesh of other Black people, either relatives or lovers. That spirit is roaming free. Also, they're showing me special children, and I see some of them are boys. There's one little boy standing out to me that have come here looking like little boys in human bodies, along with little girls as well. I need you all to watch your children. If you have children under 10, you want to make sure they have a toy room, a special room, not just with toys, a table, a chair, a video screen in there, and a projector, or however you set that up, for them to watch shows and listen to audio files, have a library in the toy room. They need to learn a minimum of 3 languages. There's one little boy there speaking to me, not only needs to be fluent in English, higher levels of English, so that he could go to higher level institutions, Spanish and French. This is his desire, Spanish and French and Creole, which tells me he might have some Haitian ancestors somewhere. Some of y'all, or all of you all, it would actually be a good idea if you all start to teach your children. If you notice those children are dreamers very young, they tell you, you see they have imaginary friends, or somebody's bothering them, or they feel like they're being tormented in their sleep. You want to start meditating with those children and have prayer candles. It can just be a white candle, as well as have scriptures as study Hebrew as well, unless they are Jewish, Muslim, whatever the religion is. You want them to deal with psychic self-defense and protection, and speaking the Arabic, the Hebrew, as well as the Spanish, since we know that those are dominant groups of people in the U.S. You want to, Baby Can Read. There's a program called Baby Can Read, as well as working on their writing and their cognitive thinking skills, their spiritual abilities, and their linear thinking skills now, and their math. Now, I know that might sound like a lot to you all, but if you really love your children, and you really want to invest in them mentally, emotionally, psychologically, spiritually, and in this world, because of the type of things they're going to be doing when they get older, you can do this. You can get someone to assist you, a family member, if they got a big brother, sister, tutor only when you're around, have tutorial programs that they can listen to. When you're out of work, I don't care if it's just 15 minutes in the evening, and then more time on days off and the weekends. These children are literally higher level entities and adults spirit beings in children's bodies. And they're showing me these blocks. You know how you have the alphabet blocks, the numbers on the blocks. Not all children, okay? It won't hurt to train a child. You would just have to get a child, make sure that child is interested, because some of those are cursed children. They have demonic entities put on them, and they will be stubborn, or they will exhibit signs like drug babies if the mother did drugs, or ADHD, a rebellious spirit on them, because a spirit has been put on that child to fuck with you and curse you and to turn the child against righteousness. So you will have to do spiritual work on some of these children, because they have programmed the children to self-destruct and be nothing but a curse to the mother instead of a blessing to the mother. So you say gratitude. So how much I will start today with my 8-year-old? Well, no, unless you have it planned out already and you have the room, it's something you're going to have to write out, baby, like you do a business plan. You're going to have to write out the goal and the structure of it, and you're going to have to analyze the child to see what type of child you have and what the calling is. I would not expect you to jump into something like that today. You don't know what you're doing. Now, see, there goes, I'm looking at you now. Those are things that are to be planned, written down, instruction, and for you to go over every day in your mind. And then for you, if you don't have them already, you're going to have the right people around this child: the math tutor, the English tutor, the language, where the tapes, as well as a physical person. If you think you need a physical person, make sure that in school, it will balance out, and whatever school they go to, or you might have to move or send them across town or change your address or something to get them in a special school where these things are also available. You have to hit them with these things 360. Some of these children, they are mentioning piano to me, violin to me, African drumming to me. Some of them are also gifted in music and play instruments. And it's the type of music because it deals with frequency, tone, number, letter. That's not something unless you already have the resources there and you already know your child is like that. So you done already wrote this shit down and you already got this separate room in there. If you already got it in there, then shit, go for it. I'm not telling you nothing that you don't motherfucking know. You said I want to write it all down. Based on that child, you got to study and know your child. So you want to talk to that child and see what the child is saying and what the child naturally wants to do, because y'all will be surprised. I knew, and I'm sure a lot of you all knew, when you were really little, what you were born for and who you were and what you wanted to be. But nobody respected it and listened to you because you 5, 6, 7, 8 years old. But a lot of us that are very intuitive and gifted, we already knew what we was born to do. And a lot of times your dirty ass parents knew what the fuck you wanted to do or what you were supposed to do and decided they were going to curse you and block you when you were little, because your gifts and what you came to do and how you could do it is bigger than theirs and it supersedes theirs. Because usually when you have a gift, your parents have them, or if they don't have them, or one of the parents don't have them, the grandmama, the great grandmama, the granddaddy, the great granddaddy. So why are you here if it's so annoying? Why did you come in here, honey? So and a lot of times the mother can't take it because you better than her. You naturally came out of her ass better than her. But you don't know because you're a baby, and she gonna make sure your ass don't know. If she can get your ass to tap out, if she can kill you or get circumstances you be raped, humiliated, abused, abandoned everywhere, or she can make you kill yourself, she don't have to worry about the prophecy, but they're gonna tear her ass up before she takes her last breath leaving this motherfucking planet, because it's bad karma she's going to have to pay for to do that to her offspring. And that's what my mother did to her offspring. Luckily, I survived it, even though it took a longer time. Thank you for the music. I loved it, Joseph. A longer time to find out. But you know what? It's better late than never. I have finally embraced my inner child and those inner wounds and working on forgiving everybody that hurt me and that violated me. Now, I'm not fucking with you no more. Now, get it correct now. I'm not like y'all. Not like I used to be. Just because I said right now I'm at a place where I'm embracing me and I'm turning on everybody that hurt me and I forgive them, that doesn't mean you could ever talk to me no more, or that I'll ever be at your house, or that I'll put any water in my mouth or any food that you goddamn it cook. You can't come over here. I don't want shit to do with you. I already know who you are. I know the spirit that you carry, goddamn Beelzebub. I don't want your fucking ass nowhere near me. And I know you tried to destroy my whole fucking destiny. So just because I forgive you this time and I accept that shit, because ain't nothing else I can do with it. And what done is done. I can't go undo it. I can undo it on higher levels. And the way I go back and see it shifted and different, and then live differently and change my personality from this moment on. But you're not coming back, goddammit. See, that doesn't mean that. I said forgive, bitch. I didn't say forget. I didn't say that you can come back and we're going to take over where the fuck we left off, because I'm a different person and now I embrace myself. I can't embrace both of us. I can't embrace you when I know you don't mean me no goddamn it good, and you never have and you never motherfucking will. I'm just freeing myself from the fuck shit. That's all. That's a difference. Hey, Lamore. Hi, beautiful girl. I don't know what that means, Miss Dig. You said, but I felt like she was different when I had her. See, you got to not only know yourself, you got to know that child you carry. What is in that child? Who is in that child? Because see, y'all don't know, and I know now, a lot of people, your mama, your daddy, your auntie, people on your mama's side, daddy's side, could have disliked you and curse your child and jealous of your child and cause you unnecessary problems when this child is born. So no matter what you do, the child will always fucking do the opposite. And I can't really focus on reading messages right now because I'm doing what the spirit want me to do. If you want to get a private reading, go over it, you can. But I need to do what the spirit tell me to do first. I'm going to get this message out. Or maybe when I got time, I can look over it or whatever. But you don't know who and what that child is. I put it in there. I named it that. We getting ready, I think, January 21st. We dealing with a conjunction of planets that we will all be able to see and photograph from the night sky. Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Neptune, and Uranus. You need to see which one of those is your ruling planet. Now, I know for Taurus and Libra, both of those planets have Venus as their ruler. We want to look at these. I see Jupiter's as Sag. We accept Mars, Saturn, Neptune, and Uranus. So this is for the month of January. They said Mars, the red planet, will reach its opposition on January 15th through 16th. This marks the closest approach to Earth since 2022. And so we have 8 planets in the solar system, but only 6 will align. They say the next time all 8 will align is March 6, 2492. That's the year. What time will the 6 planets align? January 21st. 2025, so that's not that far away, and we have a full moon coming up. So you want to start preparing for that energy because we are already in the energy, and we need to see how we need to prepare for this, especially if those ones we named, those ruling planets, are your ruler for your horoscope. It's going to be more of an impact. And they're saying with Venus is often called the evening star or morning star because when it is prominent, it appears like the brightest star in the sky. More astronomical delights are expected this new year, as January 2025 is going to be a good month to spot both Venus and Saturn. So what will happen January 25th? A cosmic dance of planets align. A rare planetary alignment occurs on January 25th. The alignment creates powerful energy. So you want to start pulling down that energy right now because it's already in the atmosphere. So what is the meaning of the planetary alignment in January 2025? Mars reaches opposition this month, which is when the planet lies directly on the opposite side of the Earth from the sun. forming a straight line. And we see that NASA is dead in the middle of it. They knew it was coming. They're waiting for it. They're talking about it as well. This is where I'm seeing this on Google. He said, what is the rare planetary alignment? In 2024, we dealt with that on August 28, 2024. We witnessed a spectacular planetary alignment that won't happen again for a decade, for another decade, with Mercury, Mars, Jupiter, Uranus, Neptune, and Saturn lined up in the sky in August of 2024. So we have some of those also coming back right now. They said, what happens when those planets align spiritually? This is a time of great potential, a moment to embrace the new reality field and step into a higher consciousness. By aligning with the celestial influences and connecting deeply with nature, we can harness this powerful energy for personal and collective transformation. Just like I was telling y'all with the Black Mirror, we're still dealing with that Black Mirror, and we're in Capricorn right now. So you got to really decide whose side you on, yours or other people that keep making you a victim, or that has made you a victim your whole life, starting with your wounded little boy and wounded little girl with your mother and father, whatever caregivers that traumatize you very badly, and dealing with Chiron, the wounded healer. You want to deal with it. If you're a wounded healer, males and females, you want to deal with that energy, because it's going to deal with you if you don't deal with it. If you don't choose, oh, I love that, the coldest drip ever. If you don't choose, it's going to choose you, and you're going to deal with problems in your life you don't want to deal with. And it says, what planets will be visible in 2025? It's a planet parade is what they're saying. 6 of our 7 neighboring planets will line up in the sky to form a long arc around mid-January. All but Neptune and Uranus should be visible with the naked eye just after sunset, if the weather permits. The parade will continue for weeks. Oh, wow. Did you hear that? There's not going to be one or a couple of days. We're going to be dealing with this for weeks, which means you got to deal with yourself. Whoa, this is beautiful. And we also dealt with June 3rd, 2024. We dealt with a parade of some of these same planets. It says sky watchers are in for a treat. June 3rd, 2024, when a rare alignment of 6 planets will be visible in the pre-dawn sky. The celestial event known as the Planet Parade will feature Mercury, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. So see, some of these are coming back. You need to see which one is your ruler and what is the meaning of your ruler and your sign. What are your natural characteristics, your personality, what you came to do, how you came to do it. What did you not do based on your childhood, based on your traumas and things you need to fix? Because these other, and study the other planets that are involved in this planetary show that'll be here in a couple of weeks. And they're saying, how rare is it for these planets to align? While there are certainly headlines about it from time to time, full planetary alignment is actually virtually impossible. And even seeing all the planets on the same side of the sun in the sky is incredibly uncommon. So we're living during an age where this is rare. And all the star children, the star seeds, whether you're an adult, whether you have children, the children might have a little anxiousness right now. They might have a difficulty sleeping. They might be dreamers. Some of your children might be dreamers. They might see numbers. They might tell you, they might think it's a nightmare, but it's not. A lot of them are shifting, or beings are coming to them. So I want you to pay attention to the children. They need to have their own, like a legal pad. I would say legal pad because it's long, and pencil by their bed, or you keep it in their room. So if they wake up, or you hear them sniffling, or you hear them making sounds in their sleep, or tossing and turning, you want them to tell you everything. You want them to feel comfortable to tell you what they saw, what is about, how they're feeling, and then soothe them, because they don't know it's not a bad thing. They're transforming early because they have a lot of work to do. And if you won't do the work, the children will do the work. And if you don't, you're going to train them. You're going to throw them off their path, and you will have to pay for not helping them do what the Spirit told them to do because they're little. So it's time for them to grow into this. They need help doing this. Now they're saying in 2025, a rare celestial conjunction will occur as 6 major planets, Saturn, Venus, Mercury, Sun, Rahu, and Moon, will converge in Pisces on March the 30th. You know what? I think we got an eclipse coming up too in March. It's a lunar or it might be a solar eclipse. See, January, February, March, we need to get ready because a lot of heavy spiritual, astrological, numerology things will be happening, tying into all of us, some more than others, depending on what sign you got that are ruled by these planets. I didn't hear of Rahu and Moon, so I got to look at that one and see what that planet is. That's new to me. And they're saying, do bad things happen? They said no. When these alignments happen, it doesn't mean that something bad is going to happen. But that's based on, too, your karma and what's in your family. And I'm asking, they said, so the giant planet comes to opposition roughly every 13 months. They're talking about Jupiter. By the same token, that's how long Earth takes to travel once around the Earth. And I'm surprised they said 13 months because there are actually 13 horoscopes instead of 12. We living on the wrong calendar. It should not be a 12-month. Just like we know New Year's is not January, it's April, and we don't have 12 zodiac signs. We have 13 and 13 months and 13 moons. So we need to study differently and look at all of these things. And that's why I'm warning you about they told me to warn you about the vampire energy, and you don't want the children vampired on in their sleep and have witches to bother them and curses put on them that you don't know somebody in your family or even your friends have put on them. Don't let them eat everywhere. Don't let them visit next door or people across the street. You don't know who's who right now. You need to take care to watch these people because these children are star seeds. And I'm also seeing something right here. People talking about a blue avian star seed is a highly evolved being who is said to translate messages from spirit world to humans. They are thought to be free thinkers who are drawn to birds and are often creative. So I don't know if you all are drawn to the birds. You have the children that are drawn to birds. What I would suggest, if you could put a bird feeder out and see what birds that come in to speak to you and speak to your children, ask them what kind of guard, Veronica. So that, thank you, Big Old Wizard. So March 29th is the eclipse. We need to be getting ready for the energy now. Have your candles set on your altars and your prayer and your intentions. You want to walk, talk, think, eat that intention to become that new personality. Claim that now and keep it to yourself. Unless you're working with somebody on a spiritual level and put your altars up. You want to keep your candles burning every fucking day. I don't care if you have to put them out when you go to work. Relight them when you get back home and work in your journal with things you want to manifest and shift. If you want them on my altar, you can also put them on my altar. I'm not going to change that. You can put them anytime you want to. It's just the price of sale is gone. It's too much on me because so many people want them. So we need to learn now about these star seeds and the blue avian star seed. So you can learn about these different races of the star seeds. I'm looking at this. They said, what is a blue avian? Who are the avians? They said they are people with the characteristics of birds, and their common motif in folklore and popular fiction is mainly found in Greek, Roman, Meitei, I don't know what that is, Meitei, Hindu, Persian mythology, Huzil, I know I'm fucking that up, Huzil, Pachti, that sounds Mexican, the national god of the Aztecs. So this would also go back to some of our people because we know the origins of that was African. And they're saying, and what is a cosmic starseed? At its core, a starseed is an individual who feels a deep cosmic connection, a bond that goes beyond the earthly plane. That's what some of you are, and your children are manifesting this. They're saying what type of avian? I don't know why they're saying they're just derived from birds. And they're saying what is the role of a starseed? A variant of the belief in alien-human hybrids in the New Age belief of fringe theory. This is introduced by Brad Stanger in his 1976 book, Gods of Aquarius. It argues that certain people originated as extraterrestrial and arrived on Earth through birth or as a walk-in into an existing body. I agree with that. because I've said that before. Wait a minute, they also have avian demons. And they're saying they took the form of a half bird, half man, a humanoid combination that is frequently seen in mythology such as the deity Thoth from the Egyptian pantheon. So I don't know about Thoth being a demon. And you know what? I'm glad that I saw that, because that ties into what the spirits were saying to me, going back to superheroes from sci-fi books. If your children are into sci-fi, let them be into the comic books. If they're not, let them watch sci-fi, the white and the black characters, and see which ones they are drawn to. Because I heard Dr. Manhattan the other day, and you know, when they had Regina King in the series called The Watchers, and they cut it off just like they cut Lovecraft off with the black people in there. Dr. Manhattan was a badass black man. Came from the other dimensions, and the white folks and the Asians were trying to catch him and kill him and take his power. Okay, well, Tria, you want to keep the feeder out there for that cardinal. You want to study that cardinal, know everything about that cardinal, and take a picture of it, because that one's picking you to come to the house. So the reason why I'm saying this is because this goes back to Egypt. All of these so-called, and they're mentioning Superman with the kryptonite, which would also deal with the melanin, Wonder Woman. They're saying you got to pick whatever character you are in sci-fi, and then look it up, because we're dealing with the vampire energy. We're dealing with the Pope's energy. I saw they had a ceremony. They were playing it live on YouTube with the Pope opening up the doors. Oh, Lord Jesus God. I seen a demon in one of them doors that he opened, and it had the real long fingernail, about 10-inch long, goddamn it, fingernail, like he had them sharpened like some coffin shaped goddamn nail. Them bitches be goddamn it buying and getting their nail done like that. They clearly got her from them. They think it's they goddamn style. It's them demon style. And he was growling with some long goddamn it hooks in his damn mouth, some shit hooks. Like, but they were about 10-inch long too, goddamn it. I mean, he was real goddamn, like he was malnutrition. His stomach was kind of caved in. I could see his rib cave. Had some long ass goddamn it brown toenail. And his leg was real pencil thin with a big ass kneecap, goddamn it, some big bone in his hip, but you could see it through the goddamn it skin. You know what? And I just was looking at him, and he up there just growled. When the Pope opened that gate and opened them door, yeah, a man, no, he shaped, that his shape. He shaped up like that, goddamn. You can't tell them that he not sexy, goddamn it. In the underworld, you know, that's why that's how he keep himself leaned out, goddamn it. I mean, he ain't. You know, you try to feed him, he gonna get an attitude about this shit, because, you know, he think he's sexy like that. But he has some long hair on that goddamn head with some goddamn printing. You can't tell him he not motherfucking fine. Yeah, it do look like a goddamn zombie, but see, they possessed with demons, and people that go around here like that, they possessing them. He letting them loose. Let's look for some more fucked up shit that haven't got them, because they come into a city near you along with the Watchers, but this is a different degree of it, a different devil. Let me see. EGY, Egyptian version of Superman. Cause y'all got to notice here. Okay, it said, was comic book hero Superman influenced by ancient Egyptian god? Let's see, which god? Horus. We're dealing with Horus and Osiris, waking them up. So some of you have a Horus energy, some of you have an Osiris, but then also a Isis energy, because you wake up your man. The matriarch wake up the patriarch, then the patriarch wake up the matriarch. They bind together in the highest spiritual sexual union. The one that's supposed to divorce their karmic or break up with the karmic and come to the divine feminine, the sacred feminine, the kingdom spouse, the true helpmate. It must be a collision and a collapse in those worlds. And this is what they told me is occurring. So you have to decide, which one are you? The divine masculine and divine feminine in the realm energy, in the satanic and the angelic energy of the Capricorn. So now we see that is the Egyptian falcon-headed god Horus that came down with Superman. This is pretty interesting. Haru. The word Haru has its origin and definition from the mythology of ancient Egypt. The ancient Egyptian word and god Haru is the root and archetype of the modern world and protagonist hero. And you know, Haru, which will be the son, which will be Jesus. The divine mother, the goddess, would be Isis. So you say Aset, Asar, and Haru. That's the Trinity. Aset the mother, Asar the father, the Christ, which would be Haru, the son of the god and the goddess. Okay, Egyptian version of Superwoman. Is it a Superwoman or is it a Wonder Woman? Is it two, Superwoman and Wonder Woman? Let me put in Wonder Woman. Egyptian version of Superwoman symbol. Oh, they have a necklace and it looks like Superman. Let me try Wonder. Because this is what some of you are. You're different ones. Okay, Wonder Woman. You have to see which one you are drawn to. Oh, there's also an evil version. 1964, in a parallel universe, there was a Superwoman that was a member of the crime syndicate of America. This is the Greek. Who would be the Greek goddess? Diana. We know that Diana would also go back to Isis, the Egyptian mother, the Egyptian goddess. Diana, after her death, was granted divinity as the goddess of truth by her gods of such faithful devotion. During her brief time as the god of Olympus, Diana was replaced by role of Wonder Woman by her mother, Queen Hippolyta. Oh, if y'all seen Lovecraft Country, the black woman in there that was married to what's her name husband? I'm looking at her, Angela Bassett. She went into another dimension where this lady had a big old afro. Do y'all remember? She named herself Hippolyta and her hair was blue. But here they're saying Zeus is the father of Wonder Woman, which is also Princess Diana with 2011 relaunch of DC Comics. And the Wonder Woman mythos is now the biological. He said Zeus has received a prominent role in the Wonder Woman mythos, and he's now the biological father of Wonder Woman through Hippolyta. That's a black woman. You see what I'm saying? Y'all, you remember that? Lovecraft? Then she named herself Hippolyta. Huh? They said, let me look here because I'm trying to find the Egyptian side of it, because they said that we must have the Egyptian side. You can look at the Roman and the Greek side as well. Egyptian Wonder Woman in golden armor. Trying to see which goddess would be her name, because they are acknowledging what I'm saying to you, that they got this from Egyptian mythology. They try to say it's Greek mythology, but Greek mythology also came from Egyptian mythology, because I'm seeing these articles, Ancient Egyptian Wonder Woman by Lenin of Deviant Art, but I need to know which goddess she is. Okay, as beautiful than Aphrodite, wiser than Athena, swifter than Mercury, and stronger than Hercules, Wonder Woman is Princess Diana. I think another name for Diana, which also would be the Egyptian goddess, the mother, Isis. Why are they being vague about this? Unless y'all could find it, please let me know. You know, I don't always know how to look up shit, right? Would you please look up what is the Egyptian goddess for Wonder Woman? Because a long time ago, I had found it. We need to know what to call her because I need y'all to get a doll of her, and I need you to put it on your altar and put her name up there and put yours and your picture beside that, because if that's what you're feeling, who you are, you must embody the energy. That's what it keep taking me back to. Thank you, Mad Isis. You see, y'all are here, so hit the like. Thank you, Tria. That's right. Hit the like button, donate, or subscribe. You can even chop and screw and pass these around. They're saying Amazon, DC Comics, and Wikipedia, Artemis, Wonder Woman, September 1994, a member of the Egyptian tribe of the Amazon, Abana Middal. Artemis is a skilled warrior. See, they are putting this stuff out here right in y'all face. That is the white owner who wrote this. I think I heard him do an interview, and he said inspiration was a black woman. When he created some of these characters, listen to this, notable members of Wonder Woman, Hippolyta and Teopt, Artemis, Abana Midgal, Donna Troy, Menalippe, Nubia, Philippus. He said inherent abilities, super strength, super speed, super durability, stamina, agility, enhanced senses, heightened intelligence, immortality, superior hand-to-hand, and martial arts skills. Depending on the origin story, they are the creation of Aphrodite, who was created from the clay by a coterie of Olympian gods. See, you are the Olympian gods. They are your ancestors, but they don't want you to know this. Let's go to Aphrodite. Aphrodite is the goddess of love and beauty. That's what you also must be embodying right now if you feel like that's the energy that you are on. You in spiritual sexuality, vagina power, you in penis power. You want to embody love, sexuality, and beauty right now. You're saying Aphrodite is the goddess of love and beauty, who is named after the goddess of the same name, Aphrodite. In the 1940s, Aphrodite was Wonder Woman's patron goddess. Later, Athena joined her as Diana's main patron. Post-crisis, Aphrodite was joined by Athena, Artemis, Hestia, Demeter, and Hermes as Wonder Woman's patrons. Though she most often abstained from interacting with the Amazons, post-crisis, Aphrodite's role was severely minimized, appearing as a faceless, beautiful, naked woman. Post-rebirth, Aphrodite appeared as an ally to Wonder Woman in the form of a dove. It is unknown if Aphrodite continues to serve as patron of the Amazon. Well, you know, once you're given that, and that comes from our ancestors, it doesn't change, it doesn't leave. Apollo is the god of sun, music, poetry, oracles, healing, and medicine, and the younger twin brother of Artemis. So that's the male side. There's Apollo. Some of your children are trying to manifest as Apollo. Artemis, who is based on the god of the same name. In the New 52, Apollo sought to claim the throne of Olympus after Zeus had gone missing. He was eventually killed by the firstborn, though he had since returned. See, these gods and goddesses are returning right now. I guess that's why they are telling me to tell you this, and they are returning. You need to know the comics. You need to know the top gods and goddesses in the comics that have the super strength, because they all go back to African culture, the DC comics. You have to find yourself in them, and you have to let your child freely watch whichever one they're drawn to, and they will tell you who they are. They will tell you one of the energies they are carrying. Then you want to look at all of the mathematic, the spiritual, the philosophical aspects of that character, and you want to find it in Egyptian spirituality, mythos, because it's really not a myth, even though they put it out that way. That will tell you some of who that child is, or who that child is embodying, and they also said numerology. Thank you, Apollo. Yep, that's the male side. Thank you, Megan. Aphrodite is the female side. So, but I don't know. Let me see. Let me see. Manhattan, Egyptian guard for Dr. Manhattan. Because we know we get into Black History Month, and we know that a lot of these things you would think are invented by white folks were invented by young Black people. And they also had them enslaved when they did it so they can justify taking it from them. He says he explores the extent of his powers. John grows increasingly distant in his personal life as well as his understanding of the human experience. John's dehumanization is a function of his newfound omnipotence has many to liken him to a post-human god. What is the symbol of Dr. Manhattan? The symbol Dr. Manhattan inscribed on his forehead depicts Bohr, B-O-H-R, model of a hydrogen atom, one proton, the central dot, orbited by an electron, the upper dot. Hydrogen is the most common and fundamental element in the universe. They said, can Dr. Manhattan beat Odin? They say he's infinitely more power than Odin. Odin is a god. I don't see it yet. I guess I'll have to take more time to see what is the name of the Egyptian counterpart of this DC comic character, Dr. Manhattan. They show him as a white man, but in the movie they showed him as a black man. That's really why they paint him blue. Because whenever you see characters in movies and they blue, they don't want, that's a sign that they melanin. Their skin is melanin. But they don't want you to catch on to the shit. So they paint them blue. They said, what has been